In the wild, mysterious depths of Brittany, France, sits an old abandoned shack. Surrounded by ancient oaks and home to all manner of forest dwellers, it is here that we meet to share our stories. So pull up a seat, swing that light, grab your favourite beverage as we share another tantalising tale in the freaking shack.
Hi to all our listeners, our shack packers. Trina here. I'm just popping in with a heartfelt apology for some of the audio quality this week. I've worked on the audio for hours and attempted to improve what we had. We are constantly adjusting and learning, but we are constrained with not the best equipment, and therefore we have to make the equipment do the best we can. Some of the initial crackles on the audio at the beginning do disappear after a minute or two. Thanks for your understanding.
Hello, Shack Pack. Welcome back to the freaking shack.
It's very nice to have you here.
And we're very nice to have.
It's very nice to have because we have wine.
We have a bit of wine today. We have promised to do an episode.
An episode.
Is it le or la?
Le episode. Oh yeah. Episode.
Oh, funny. I promise we haven't actually gone down whole bottles, before we've started.
Yet.
No. We're
Close.
still on the first class.
We did have to start this, though, 3 times.
We did have to start it 3 times. It does help when you have the right microphone switched on.
It does.
Yeah. What a laugh. Anyway, we are still novices at this. But it's okay, because we're learning all the time.
We are. Every time we do something wrong, we learn not to do that again.
Yeah. We're that much closer to finding what works. Oh, dear me.
Goodness.
Okay, so we've got a forest episode.
We have a winter forest mysteries.
I love it. Well, before we get started, I think cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Wow, that was a big...
It was a nice
It was a nice sound.
The reason it's a nice sound is these are crystal cut glasses.
Are you kidding?
No.
You handed this to me? Are you joking? I'm the most accident-prone person in the world. Oh my god, I'm going to put it down. Just put it down, Steph. Put the glass down.
They ring.
They really do ring, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice.
Do you know what note that is?
No. I don't have purple pitch. Oh, cracky.
You do realise when I put this through the audio enhancer,
it's going to get rid of all
it's
of the
going to
clinking,
get rid of all the clinking. I'm going to have to
adjust it.
Yeah, we'll have to.
You'll get there in a minute.
We'll have to record these on their own and then put them in.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Oh dear me. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. We're having a bit of a winter forest mystery episode, and there's a table there. I swear we're not drunk.
It's very warm in here. It's very cold outside.
It's very cold outside. But yeah, we have got a little fire going on in the freaking shack this evening, and it's a little warmer than we'd originally intended. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't need the headphones on because they just make me even hotter. And
hot stuff, see?
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh dear.
All right, let's have a bit of a winter forest mystery.
Yeah, we are, and probably if you listen to the first couple of episodes in our first series when we were explaining like where the shack is.
Yes,
it is in the wilds of Brittany. It is out in the middle of nowhere, and we are surrounded by forests. We have the Moorday Forest, which is just up on one hill, and I think it's the Forest of Fro, which is behind us. So we are literally smack bang between 2 forests.
Nice.
With the Forest of Wilgwat. It's It's a very strange word.
It is a strange word because it's Huel goat.
Huel goat is what it looks like.
That's what it's spelt like, is Huel goat.
But
Welgat is the way
Welgat,
that
yeah.
some people say it, and some of them have more of a gwat than a gat.
Mm.
But yeah.
But the GOAT, which looks like goat but isn't, is actually means forest.
It does.
In Breton. So we are obviously influenced by the places that we visit most often. And we know that a lot of the forests around here have lots of like spooky mysteries and legends attached to them.
There's definitely a lot of stories that come out of this region.
Yeah. So we thought we'd sort of jump into some of those this week with a bottle of wine.
Because why
Red
not?
French wine.
Wine not.
Wine not.
Indeed.
Indeed.
It's just going to be an episode like that, I'm afraid.
I think it
The
is.
jokes will only get worse, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No singing though.
No singing.
Not allowed any singing.
Goodness sakes. Yes, because the social media platforms that we put this on have an absolute fit if we in any way resemble anything that might be copyright. I cannot think for a second that we have resembled any of those tracks.
No. But we also can't help the fact of jumping into a song if we say something that sounds like a song.
You can't not do it.
It's just done in normal day-to-day speech, isn't it?
It's like certain sentences that people say and I will immediately hear a movie quote.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't help it. I spent so long literally communicating with certain friends of mine, one of which is now my other half, literally communicating with them only in movie quotes.
Yeah.
You know, you can't hear somebody say, we're going to need a bigger boat, and not think, well, another one, must go faster.
Yes.
But the movie's there.
Yeah.
You can't not hear it.
No, you can't. Right. So, we are going straight in to the Winter Forest Mysteries. And we're going to have great fun here because I brought them up on my notes. I haven't looked at them now for a couple of weeks.
Oh, great. So it's almost like last week then.
It is a bit like last week. Not quite, maybe not quite as long, but a lot of these French words I am going to stumble over.
That's fine. Nothing we're not used to.
No. So, we are looking to begin with at the forest of Brockenland? No, you said it better.
Brocéliande.
Brocéliande! There we go! Of course it is! Brocéliande! Or Brockenland!
Brocéliande. I'm not sure if you pronounce the D or not.
Brocéliande.
Yeah, Brocéliande, peut-être.
Peut-être. So, it is located in Brittany, and it is within our plans to visit at some time. It's sort of between our house and your house, isn't it? I think.
Yes, it could be somewhere in the middle there.
You don't know, do you?
No, I haven't got a clue. You can see that on my face, couldn't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. No.
Yeah. No. I have looked on the map, and it is. So, we are planning. We don't necessarily want to plan to do it like in the middle of the winter.
If we could avoid that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And preferably, or preferably, how do you say that? Never mind.
Either, I think. Either or.
Either or. Yeah, I would prefer also not in the height of summer. Other than that, we're good.
Mind you, not so bad in the forest.
Not so bad in the forest.
Because you are covered
I'm covered.
with a lot of leaf formation.
I'm going in ghillie suit.
Oh dear. So we should be in shade a lot of the time. But at the minute it is extremely wet and soggy.
We would be up to our knees in mud.
We would definitely be up to our knees in mud. So there's no visiting forests quite at the minute. But anyway, this one is located in Brittany. The forest is famous for its association with Arthurian legends. There's lots of Arthurian legends around here. And we come originally from Cornwall, and obviously there are lots of Arthurian legends that link Cornwall with King Arthur.
Popular bloke.
Yeah, and obviously Tintagel is the main area there. But coming over here and then realising that a lot of the legends sort of come over this way too, he obviously loved coming over on Brittany ferries.
Well, probably, yeah, or he swam.
I don't think
Part fish or something. No, I don't know.
No. But this forest, I'm not saying the name again, Steph can say it, she says it better than me.
Procillion.
Thank you. And it's said to be home to fairies, spirits and other supernatural beings. Now, if I press on this link, I should get some updates on the stories. And I'm trying to just
Optimistically, we say this.
You're very optimistically. I'm hoping that no, of course it's not the beginning.
No, of course it isn't.
Don't
Don't
be
be daft.
silly.
That would be far too helpful.
Yeah, they've got to chateaus now. I don't want chateaus. I'm looking for forests. Perhaps the link really isn't the link I wanted.
Potentially not, because this is just chateaus.
It is lots of.
Is that because the link was underneath the name?
No, there it is.
There it is. Yay!
There it is.
Sorry, we can cut that bit.
Yeah, I told you I'm not spending 25 hours editing one thing anymore.
That's fair.
I don't mind it. A smidge of editing.
Okay, we'll just do a lead in. Ensuite.
Oh, sweet. So, the forest of
Procillion.
thank you, is one of the world's most haunted forests. It stretches.
That's a big claim.
It is a very big claim. And it stretches to 90 kilometres in Brittany. It's near Rennes. So perhaps it's just the other side
of me.
It's the other side of
It's
you,
not
isn't
between
it?
us at all. No.
It contains the Chateau de Comper, C-O-M-P-E-R, and the Chateau de Tresesson, I think. I think we've talked about that one before, actually.
Accent on the très.
Yeah. I'm getting a French lesson as well here. And the National Historical Site, the Forge of Pampon.
That's the one.
That is
Yeah,
the
you.
one. It's also part of a larger forest area that encompasses the neighbouring departments of Morbihan and Côtes d'Armor. There we go. So that is part of us as
Voilà.
well. Et voilà. The forest is central to the Arthurian legend, including Merlin the Wizard.
We love a connection to a wizard.
We do. Merlin's beard.
Merlin's beard.
I won't go any further with the Merlin swear words.
No. I wouldn't say swear words. I'd say
rude words.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Merlin,
various parts of the body of Merlin.
That's the one.
So we've got Merlin the Wizard, Lancelot, the Lady of the Lake. Now, which is weird because perhaps there is a connection underwater between the lake on the moors in Cornwall, where the Lady of Lake is supposed to live, and now she lives in a lake in this forest too in France.
Maybe she's just really big.
Maybe she has a portkey.
Or a twin.
Possibly.
I don't know. There could be an underwater tunnel system.
There could be an underwater tunnel system.
It's called the Channel Tunnel. Sorry.
Do you know what? If it's going to take this long to talk about one forest,
I'm sorry.
we're in dire trouble.
Well, it was your idea to have wine. That's all I'm saying. You chose this episode to have the wine.
We needed wine.
Well,
After what we had to clear up before we came up here. We have a very old cat.
he exploded
Yeah.
in a way that old cats sometimes do.
Yeah. So we definitely needed wine. That was the biggest horror story of the night. Oh dear.
Oh, you know, the French word for cat is chat.
Oh my goodness. And that is why. The forest is central to the Arthurian legend, including Merlin the Wizard, Lancelot, the Lady of the Lake, and Morgan Le Fay, Arthur's half-sister, who was supposed to be quite a dark witch. The lush setting is also home to terrifying dragons, of course, pranksters, and other Breton mythological creatures. Okay, there you go. We'll look more into those another time. But that is one of the forests.
I like it. And this is one of the forests that we might actually have an opportunity to visit.
We have definitely a chance to visit, yes. I'm going to go off of that one because it's not even a forest. Now this one, again, is another good French word. The Château de Chateaubriand. Yep. Hey. Getting good at it. Good, yeah. This castle, or chateau in actual fact, is surrounded by a forest where legends tell of ghostly processions and apparitions on certain nights.
Do you know, there's a couple of social media groups that I follow where they put up photos of what they call apparitions. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm extremely sceptical. Can we say that? Has anyone ever looked at some of these photos and gone, I see nothing. I see nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
And they're like, oh yeah, there's a shadow or a wispy thing, and it's like, nope, I see nothing. That's generally me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I do try and see sometimes. And maybe sometimes I'm just not tuned in to what the other person is tuned into.
I think it's also like the person that took the picture may have actually seen something that they then kind of see on the photo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that no one else really does.
But
because they weren't there at the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a little sceptical.
Some of them are a little. Not that I'm taking away from anybody. If anyone had a spooky experience, I am not taking it away from you. I shouldn't really get into this. But I was listening. No, I will link this chap's podcast to our information on the podcast details.
Show notes.
Yeah, thank you. Show notes. But I was listening to his podcast for the very first time, and one of the items he talked about was it's the Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
The Hat Man. Okay. And it is a well-known figure that is often seen at night around your bed. Now, as creepy as this gets, I saw the Hat Man, you know, in the attic where you used to sleep with Richard when you were little, when we moved to Nana's.
Brother Richard.
Brother Richard. It was up there.
Oh.
And I was sleeping up there for some reason. I don't know why I was up there with you.
Did I talk about the eyes that I saw up there?
Yes, you did.
Did I do that on the last few episodes?
You might have done, yes. The toilet roll or
that's
something.
it,
Yeah.
It looked like eyes. It looked like big eyes, big white eyes with black middles. And it was 2 toilet rolls on their end. As you do.
But I was going to sleep up there. I was on a camp bed. For some reason, why was I on a camp bed? Was there someone? Maybe Nana had someone visiting. Maybe. But anyway, I was up with you two, and you two were well asleep. And I went to bed, got into bed, was laying there, turned the light off, and as I turned my little light off, this huge dark figure with a black hat just walked towards me and leant over me like this.
I'm kind of glad I was sleeping.
Yeah. I honestly did not know what to do and just disappeared under the bed covers and pulled the covers over my head. And nothing happened. Nothing.
I'm assuming when you came out again, it was gone.
Gone, yes. Well, what happened was when I was listening to this chap's podcast the other day, he was talking about the Hat Man.
Oh my goodness.
And he was talking about what it means.
Oh, interesting. So does he visit certain people then at certain times?
Yeah, apparently so. At times of big emotions. Now, of course, I was going through a split up with your dad at the time. And
My father. My dad's downstairs.
yeah, your dad's downstairs. You're right. Where's your father? Or his other name that we won't
We won't go into
We
that.
won't go into that. But yeah, so I was going through a marriage breakup with obviously 2 children, and we was living at my mum and dad's. And so it was a very emotional time. But then he was chatting about it, and he said a lot of people think it is a bad omen, but actually he often comes in times of like trouble. Don't sing the song.
I'm not. I wasn't even thinking it. Don't know what you mean.
And then said that he often brings like comfort.
Can I make a suggestion that his bedside manner might not be the way to go? He'll just run up to you and loom over your head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks. That makes me feel so much better.
But then what he did right at the very end, he said, right, I'm going to do like a little like guided like meditation thing.
Gotcha.
And I thought, okay, I'll go along with this. Anyway, he did this guided meditation. He was talking about the Hat Man coming at you. And I was like, I'm not so sure I want to go here. And all of a sudden I was back in the bed and the Hat Man was coming towards me. And do you know what happened in the guided meditation?
No.
He suddenly started laughing. I mean, really laughing. Belly laughing. The most beautiful sound. And it has changed my memory completely now of what that Hat Man was doing there.
I think that's interesting because when you can change something about a memory.
Yeah. Because every time I now link back to it, all I can hear is him laughing. Like a real chuckle, a bit like Santa.
I was going to say, what kind of hat was it? Very long hat with a bobble on the end. No.
So I did think that I would write to the chap who runs this other podcast, and I will put his link in. I can't remember it offhand, as I said, I've literally only just started listening to him. And he is a trained medium, and he's got such a lovely voice. But he's been talking about all sorts of things. I say the first one was all about the Hat Man and a couple of other things that happen, like when you're in bed at night, like when you can't move and things like that.
Oh,
yeah. So he was chatting about that.
I don't know if they call it sleep paralysis.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
something like
yeah. I'm sure it was about that. But the one he's talking about this week, or the one I've just started listening to, his latest one, is all about, and it's called like spirit twins.
Ooh.
And when I first listened to it, I was a bit confused because I thought it meant twins, real twins who had come on to Earth.
Oh, I see.
Who were a single soul who wanted to split. But it isn't. It is about 2 people who are so close, but they share.
Oh, in spirit, they are so close in nature that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they come to the world to have different experiences. But they, what was he saying? He said that quite often you're normally quite close to your spirit, and it's almost like when you say someone is your soulmate.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And quite often, Dad and I say it all the time. The amount of times that he'll be thinking something, and then all of a sudden I'll say, "Oh, by the way, I was thinking this," and he'll just look at me and laugh and go, "Yeah, I was just about to say the same to you." And it could be about anything. It could be like watching something on the telly. It could be like doing something that day. It could be like a new project that we suddenly thought of, and all of a sudden we'll think of the same thing at the same time. And we do that a lot. Mm. So it really was resonating with me. So I am going to finish listening to that, and I will put a link to his podcast on our show notes.
And if you're interested in it as well, you can go ahead and
please
go over and have a listen.
Please go and have a listen, because I was very impressed. Anyway,
now that we're like 25 minutes in, we'll get back to what we were talking about.
Has anyone had?
Has anyone? I'll say that a little less creaky now.
Have a bit more wine.
Yes, it'll be fine. Has anyone had a visit from the Hat Man? I've got to know.
Yeah.
I've got to know. Who has had a visit from the Hat Man? What did it feel like? What did he look like? And if anyone is particularly artistic, maybe you could draw him.
Oh, I can have a go at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can definitely have a go at that. Okay. I'll put it on social media when I've done it.
Yeah.
That would be a good art little project for me. Okay, we're talking about the Chateaubriand. I have got the word right. Legend has it that every October the 16th, at the first stroke of midnight, a ghostly procession of knights and monks can be seen following the spirits of Françoise de Foix, his wife Jean de la
The wife of.
the wife of Jean de Laval, and her lover King Francis.
Ooh.
As they slowly climb the main stairs before disappearing on the last stroke.
It's one thing to see a ghost, right?
Mhm.
And to see an apparition of something. But to see a procession of them,
I know.
that's quite a
And
thing.
apparently the story behind it is that she took a lover, who was obviously, it says King Francis the First, and her husband poisoned her.
I mean, usually it's the woman that poisons the guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say that poison's a woman's weapon.
Yeah.
How true that is, I honestly don't know. I don't know any statistics on that, but
No, we have no statistics on that at all. Okay, so leaving France for a second, we are going to Wenlock Edge in Shropshire.
Okay.
I'm a bit better with the English.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Known for legends of a bandit. Oh, this is the one. This is one we were trying to find out how to say today. The legend of a bandit named Ipperkin.
We think.
It's spelled Ippikin. Ipperkin. Ipperkin?
Pronunciation aside.
She's saying about English words.
Oh yeah, we're good at those. No,
Yeah.
no, we're not.
And a royalist officer named Major Thomas Smallman. This forest is said...
Major Tom.
Major Tom.
I'm kidding.
Don't sing. Oh dear. This is a bandit named Ipperkin is said to have buried his stolen treasure around Wenlock Edge, a limestone like cliff edge in Shropshire, covered in judicious woodland. He's well known thanks to A.E. Houseman from 1896, a poetry called A Shropshire Lad. Legends such as that of Ipperkin and Major's Leap ensure that visitors don't take their safe ambling for granted. And you have to be very careful, because if travellers stand on Wenlock Edge and repeat, this is a bit like the film, Ipperkin, Ipperkin, keep away with your long chin.
And if you have to say that once or twice or
No, hopefully not 3 times.
is this just something you have to just say? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They apparently, if they repeat, it does say and repeat, Ipperkin, Ipperkin, keep away with your long chin. They should expect to be pushed off a cliff by the outlaw ghost.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did these stories come from? Because I can't help but think that the people that were involved in this didn't make it.
Didn't make it, no. So I'm not sure. Maybe somebody was watching.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, they had a friend with them.
Yeah. Who didn't say
Who
it.
didn't say it?
Just went home and wrote a
Well,
poem.
that's a bad idea.
I'll go, yeah, I won't do that. Who was the first person to say it? Well, why would he know?
Why would he say that?
Why would he know what to say? There you go. And Major Thomas Smallman was a royalist officer in the English Civil War.
I'm trying so hard not to quote that song.
He's also supposed to haunt an area on Wenlock Edge with his horse. He was supposed to be surrounded by parliamentarian troops while he carried important documents to Shrewsbury. And instead of surrendering, he rode his horse off a cliff.
As you do.
Why? I
feel sorry for the horse.
I mean, the horse died, obviously, but he got caught on an apple tree.
Of course he did.
And the place he leapt from is now known as Major's Leap.
Well, it wasn't really his leap, was it?
It was the horse. It was the horse that leaped.
The horse leapt to its death.
It did. I think I'd have been the horse. I'd have gone, nah. Do you know what? I'm not going over there.
I'd have done that thing, you know, where they stop really quick with their front legs and throw you over.
Yeah.
I think it should have done that.
Yeah. And I can't help but think of Back to the Future, where the teacher was supposed to go over there.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't.
She did. Neither did her horse. See?
No, they got saved.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's at Wenlock Edge in Shropshire. Beware. Do not say Ipperkin with the big chin on the edge of any cliff.
Yeah, don't. I tell you what, just don't go near the cliff edge.
Don't go near the cliff edge, no.
It makes no sense to do it. It's not big and it's not clever.
No. I'm going to go down to some of the stories.
Swing that light. We haven't said that in a couple of weeks.
Haven't. We've got the light, so it's properly above us.
Properly above us.
And not
properly swing.
Yeah, not hitting our heads at all.
I haven't smacked my head on it once.
No. It's all been so well organised in here.
We've organised the shack. Certainly more than the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast is not so well organised this week.
It's all slapdash.
We have lots of notes, but just not necessarily in the right order.
And we are tangenting big style as well this week.
We are trying to catch up with ourselves because we got very behind.
Well, the trouble was that we pre-recorded a load of the episodes before Christmas to make sure that we had everything. And doing the Advent countdown, the festive, whatever it was. It was the something festive, the freaking festive countdown. Since doing that, which I think took a lot of your time.
It took an awfully lot.
I'm not sure you really knew what you were getting yourself into when you suggested.
I didn't. No. Don't ever expect this again. If you want to hear the stories next year, go back and listen to them again.
Yeah, just repost them. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But in that, I think after the sort of festive period, we kind of went, no.
Yeah, no. We need a bit of time.
Take a couple of weeks break, and that's fine.
And we are limited as to when we can record.
Yeah, because I only get one day a week.
Yeah.
That is like a given for me, and it needs to then coincide with you and what you guys have on. So, yeah, trying to make both of our schedules fit and not push ourselves over the edge.
Ippikin. Right.
It's alright, I'll push you, you push me, it'll be fine.
So I think if we go to the Forest of Wheelgrat,
Which is a good one.
steeped in legends and stories. Now, the Forest of Wheelgrat is actually about 20 minutes from here, in the opposite direction. So away from
Me.
Steph's house and my house. So it's into Finisterre.
It's the region of Finisterre.
It is
Yes.
the end of the world.
Always rains in Finisterre.
Yeah.
It doesn't at all. It's
No, it
just
doesn't.
for some reason that's what my neighbour said to me.
Mind you, it just rains here in Brittany, and it has continued to rain pretty much most of the autumn and winter. So
Pretty much, yeah, we are paddling.
we are extremely grateful though that we haven't got all the snow that everyone else has got. We haven't got minus degrees, and we also are not burning like California is burning at the moment.
And we also have quite a lot of land for drainage around here. It does dissipate. We don't flood out completely.
No, we don't.
I mean, let's face it, if you flood, the world is in trouble.
absolutely.
Noah's out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we will be building a boat if the water starts creeping up the hill. we do live at the top of a hill. They are pretty flooded down on all the rivers, and everything sort of looks like lakes, but the actual houses are pretty okay. And even the roads are not bad because they have just dug out all the ditches at the sides of the roads.
And they're very good at doing that and maintaining the ditches. Although, you know, when you say the houses are okay, well, we had that little bit of ice the other morning. Yeah, I went round a corner in a village quite close to me, and there was a lorry buried in the side of a house. Ouch. As far as I'm aware, everybody is okay.
Yeah.
But the house is not looking good.
Yeah. Slippy roads, not nice.
No.
But anyway, apart from that, the Forest of Wilgrat. Now, this is a forest that I have got some pictures of, and I will try and post some. We will try and get some more pictures because it is the most stunning forest.
It is beautiful.
And it has lots of different sort of aspects to it. The Forest of Wilgrat is steeped in legend and stories, from strange creatures to magical beings. And it says here, for example, there is a devil's cave.
I was going to say,
not cage. It is said to be the residence of the devil himself,
otherwise known as the Devil's Hole.
Yes, it's called the
The less said about that, the better.
Yeah. Wilgrat Forest is a mystical wonder tucked away in Brittany. It is shrouded in fascinating legends and folklore, and some of the tales and features that contribute to its eerie charm are the Gargantua's Revenge, and it's one of the prominent legends involved with Gargantua the giant, who was offered a meagre meal by the locals, and I think then the rocks, the chaos rocks that are all down in the river.
Yeah, it's actually called Chaos Valley.
It is, yeah. And these are these huge rocks that were brought down scientifically by the Ice Age. And they are massive, huge rocks that the river sort of runs through and under, and it makes for the most beautiful landscape.
It's interesting because sometimes you walk along the path at the side of the river, and the path kind of trundles all the way along and round these boulders, and sometimes the river disappears entirely because all of these rocks and everything have sort of the river's flowing under them. So it's not until you kind of go up and around all these rocks, and these boulders are like the size of houses. We're not talking like big stones.
No.
They're absolutely huge. You could hollow them out and live in one, without a problem. But the river disappears beneath them and then pops up somewhere else, and it's quite an interesting place.
There's waterfalls, and you can hear water rushing underneath certain parts of the rocks.
And the Devil's Hole is like one massive waterfall.
It is, yeah. But anyway, the gargantuan giant was offered a meagre meal by the locals, and in anger he hurled massive boulders into the forest, forming its unique rock formations. And that is the legend.
I prefer that story than the Ice Age bit.
Yeah, the Ice Age. Yeah. The Devil's Cave is another place you can visit. There are ladders that take you down right inside what is called La Grotte du Diable. The Devil's Cave, basically. The grotto is said to be the hideout of the devil himself, and there is no safety features here.
No,
there is literally a metal ladder that you climb on and you go down at your own
risk.
Yeah. But inside the cave itself, you can hear that it echoes the water that is, like, especially this time of the year when we've had so much rain, the noise inside the cave
roars this time of year.
Yeah. Visitors claim to feel an uncanny presence in the cave depths. There is also the fairy pond. Now, I do not know where this is.
I was going to say I've never seen anything that resembles a fairy pond.
No,
or would maybe, I don't know. Maybe I have been past it, but not realised that's what it was.
So it says the fairy pond Mare of Fae. The mother of fairies?
Or the Fae, which, yeah.
The Fae is fairies.
Yeah, but it's a very specific type of fairy.
Yeah. It's believed that fairies gather around this serene pond. Legend has it that if you visit at twilight, you might catch a glimpse of these ethereal beings.
I want to see midnight. Mum always said midnight. Sorry.
That's Harry Potter. Right, hang on. And then we have...
sweet.
we have a trembling rock.
Oh, yes, I've done that.
Yeah, I know. It's called the Roche. Roche. It hasn't got a thingy on it.
No, but I don't know. I don't know.
The Roche Tremblant. Tremblant? Yeah. The Trembling Rock. It's a massive boulder, and I am talking massive. It's Moses.
It's the size of a coach, maybe a small
No,
bus.
bigger than that.
Well, I suppose it is.
I would say it's the length of our house.
Is it?
Yeah, it's huge.
I haven't been there for a long time. I have done it.
It is huge, and we've got one of those like long houses. So, a massive boulder that can be moved with a light push. You have to find exactly the right place, and when you touch it, children do it, and they go up to the rock and just push it, and the whole thing just rocks backwards and forwards.
You can shove it in any which way other than the place where it rocks.
Yeah.
And it is literally about an inch or two specific. You can push it from any other direction and it's not going anywhere. But you push it from this particular place and it literally is a finger touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go at the busy time through the summer, there's a queue.
Yeah.
To actually get to the rock, of people that are taking video of themselves moving this humongous rock. You can probably see it if you have a look on YouTube. I'm sure there's people there. Yeah. Now, also in that forest is the link to King Arthur again. Some stories suggest that Wheelgrat Forest is connected to the legendary King Arthur, with tales of hidden treasure and ancient fortifications. There is some fortifications right up on the top of Wheelgrat Forest, and I think it's called I don't know. It's like it's where King Arthur was supposed to have stayed. Have a look. It's called the encampment or something like that.
Oh, okay.
King Arthur's encampment or something similar to that. The forest truly embodies an otherly world essence, ripe with enchanting myths waiting to be explored. So there you go. Steph is definitely trying to look this up now, while I have some more wine.
I think we need it.
And then we have a story.
We do.
I have a story.
I like it.
Oh dear.
Did you mean Huelgoat King Arthur fortification?
Yeah.
By Joe, I did. Oh, this is calling it the magical forest of Wheelgrat.
It is the magical forest. Hang on. I think it might be called the camp.
Oh.
Camp de Artus.
Ah.
There we go. And his camp. So it is a camp. It's Arthur's camp. Further, the Grotte de Artus is the resting place of the king of the Bretons. He was known as the king of the Bretons.
Well, that would be why he's so prominent.
Yeah, not the king of the Cornish.
No.
Although the kings of the Cornish would
there might be an argument there. Yeah.
But there again, the Bretons were that's why it's called Brittany.
I was going to say, it was connected.
There's a lot of connections. So, a summary. No, it's not going to. Don't upset Gargantua. There we go. Legendary figures. The Virgin Mary's first house.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
Of course.
Because she flew over.
As you walk, you can have fun identifying the original and bizarre shapes made by the rocks. There is the Ménage de la Vierge? There, Vierge, surely. Vierge.
I would think so.
Which the people of Wheelgrat believe to be the Virgin Mary's first house.
What she was doing in Brittany?
I have no idea.
Don't ask.
With a pot, a ladle and a fork, a bed and an umbrella.
Because that's the items you take to a desert island.
You would need an umbrella because it rains a lot here. We've already said that. Further, the Grotte d'Artus is the resting place of the king of the Bretons. Arthur and his camp, the Camp d'Artus, you might find the famous treasure that Merlin the wizard entrusted to the guardian spirits there. That's what we're going to go in search of.
I like it.
We are going in search of Merlin's treasure. Not Merlin's beard.
Not Merlin's beard. We're going in search of his treasure instead.
Shall we have a story?
I think we should. It's a busy place here. There's a lot going on.
I shall have some wine. And then we are going to read A Whispers in the Woods.
Swing that light.
I have no idea what this story says.
I love it.
I found this story. I have had it written.
We'll just top that up.
And I'm topping up my wine. And I'm going to read this story. I'm bound to come across weird names.
I think this is a good episode to have done wine-induced. Due to all of the weird and wonderful words.
Weird and wonderful words, yeah.
I think the 3 W's, weird and wonderful words.
I think that might be the title of this episode.
Weird and wonderful words.
Weird and wonderful words.
I agree.
And this one's called Whispers in the Wood. Whispers in the Wood with weird, wonderful words.
Weird, wonderful words. Not words.
Words. With
Words.
wine. With wine.
Weird, wonderful words with wine.
Oh my god.
That is our episode title.
Yeah, there we go. Swing that light.
Swing that light.
Can you reach? Hey.
Yeah, I can.
We like it. I'm going into story mode now.
Okay, go ferret.
Don't mention ferrets. It's called Whispers in the Woods. A Wheelgrat Mystery. On the misty fringes of Wheelgrat Forest, ancient tales spoke of shadows that moved on their own and whispers that echoed through the trees. One autumn dusk, 4 friends, Mark, Emily, Lucas and Charlotte, decided to explore the forest, intrigued by its mysteries. Their journey began innocently enough, the golden leaves crunching beneath their feet as they made their way to the trembling rock. Mark, ever the sceptic, laughed at the idea of an enchanted stone. With a light push, the rock swayed, revealing a hidden passage beneath. Curiosity piqued, and they ventured down into the darkness. The passage led them to La Grotte Diable, the Devil's Cave. The air grew colder and heavier as they ventured deeper. The flickering light of their lanterns cast eerie shadows on the cavern walls. A chilling whisper echoed through the cave. Turn back. But the friends, undeterred, pressed on. Deeper into the cave they found an old, tattered journal. Its pages were filled with frantic scribbles about a curse that bound lost souls to the forest. As Emily read aloud, the whispers grew louder, now a cacophony of desperate voices. Suddenly, the ground shook. The friends could feel the presence of unseen eyes watching them. Charlotte screamed as an apparition of a tall, cloaked figure with glowing red eyes appeared before them.
"Leave this place,"
it bellowed,
"before the forest claims you."
Panic set in as the friends rushed to escape the cave, but the forest seemed alive, the trees twisting and turning, guiding them deeper instead of out. Hours felt like days as they wandered with shadows trailing close behind. They stumbled upon the fairy pond, and in the moonlight ghostly figures danced on the water's surface, their eyes void of life. The friends realised that these were the lost souls trapped by the curse. The apparition from the cave reappeared now, with more phantom companions. "Break the curse!" whispered Mark. Desperate, he threw the journal into the pond, and the phantoms shrieked, their voices mingling with the forest's growing hum. The journal dissolved, and with it the phantoms faded, leaving only the moonlit pond and an eerie silence. Trembling and exhausted, the friends finally found their way back to the village. They vowed never to return to the forest, knowing its whispers and restless shadows would haunt them forever. And so Wheelgwat Forest remained an enigmatic and haunting as ever, a place where time stood still and where the whispers of the lost echoed through the trees, warning those who dared to enter. Da, da, da.
I will say that actually, the line there where it said "time stood still" it is a place that actually makes me think. Do you know what? I think this is exactly the same as it has been for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an absolutely fabulous place. And I want to find out where the fairy pond is. I think we need to go hunting for the fairy pond.
We need to go hunting for the fairy pond. Yeah. There is the most beautiful canal that goes through part of the forest, and the canal walk is amazing.
Is that the Canal L'Argent? Is it that one? The river? It's where they transferred silver up and down the...
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the silver mine.
Yeah.
It leads to the silver mine.
Yeah.
And it is the most amazing walk.
Yeah, I think it's called the Rivière L'Argent.
Yeah.
I think. Something like that.
Anyway. It is something like that, yeah. It's a man-made canal. And you follow it down, and then you end up walking along by a stream and everything, but it comes out by, in fact, one of our little shorts that's on our YouTube channel. If you go on and have a look, one of the little shorts that we've got on there is me disappearing into like a man-made cave and going down.
The rock's been like hollowed out, and there's a door there.
Yeah, no, this is brick. It's brick built.
Oh, okay.
You can see it from the outside. It's where the silver mine was.
Oh, I see.
Part of the silver mine, and you can go sort of into the little. It's like a corridor. It's like a brick corridor, and it is quite spooky in there. And you get down the end, and there's this big sign saying, "Don't come any further because there's gas.
Yeah,
there's poisonous gas." It's like, okay,
yeah, go no further, or you might die.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Okay,
I'm not going any further.
Point taken. Well made.
Yeah. There probably isn't any. It's probably where the blokes go and have their tea, and they just don't want anyone. Yeah. No, they blocked it all off. You can't get through. If you watch the short, you'll see me go down there and actually take the camera down and show the sign and everything, but you can't get through because it is blocked. But that's right at the end of the walk before you get to the silver mine.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it is really cool. And the atmosphere in the forest there is, well, it's breathtaking actually.
It is really stunning. But it's also, and we say it like it's got such a presence, but it's also really calming. You know, it's a very relaxing place to be. And like I say, it feels like you could have literally stepped back hundreds of years.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And, you know, it would just look just like this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not one of those places that's been, like, tarmacked or, you know, lots of handrails or, you know, and so it is still, you know, it's quite, I don't want to say it's dangerous, but there are
you do have
trip
to be.
hazards. There are, it's not somewhere that you'd.
Yeah, you are walking along the side of a reasonably deep channel, to start with.
Yeah.
I mean, small children and dogs have been known to fall in.
Yes.
You can grab them and get them out. You will be soaking by the time
You'll be
come out.
drenched, but take it.
But it is magical. I will try and put some extra pictures onto social media.
And if we can find some of the pictures with people in them, just because it gives an idea of the scale of some of those boulders.
Yeah.
Because they're not, they're not small.
No, they are not small.
Not by long ways.
No.
There's actually a house that's relatively close to me that they have actually built their house and incorporated one of those massive boulders.
Yeah.
So one of those huge boulders is actually one wall of their house.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it's incredible to see.
Yeah.
And it's like I would want to hollow it out and create some kind of music room or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Anyway, I do believe
that we have been talking now for a long time.
Yes, we're coming up for nearly an hour.
Yeah.
And I think that's enough for
I
today.
think we've held everybody up. And
well, hopefully we haven't. Hopefully you're either driving, walking the dog, cleaning your house,
or otherwise enjoying just listening to us waffle along.
Yeah, or just relaxing, listening to us waffle.
Yeah.
And drink wine.
We hope you're having a drink of wine with us. We're very much enjoying.
Or your favourite brew.
Or your chosen brew, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever your chosen beverage is. On this occasion, ours is a little bit of wine.
Nice French wine. It is nice. Anyway, with that,
keep your minds open and your lamps lit.
And we'll see you again next week at the freaking shack.
See you later.
Find us on all our social medias. Email fshack03@gmail.com. TikTok @the.freaking.shack. Instagram @the_freaking_shack. And Facebook is the-freaking-shack. All those freakings are without a G. And our little web page is at fshack03.podbean.com. We look forward to hearing from you.